This is a Ray X listener fanfiction written by me, Ginger Lee, titled Behind the Scenes. Chapter 3. Wine's POV. I was walking down the hall, my feet hitting the old creaky floorboards, yet not making a sound, while my left hand grazed the old walls of the orphanage, as the right one held the book I read earlier. I walked down the hall towards the familiar library, my tired eyes threatening to shut, just for a second when a chill went down my spine. Memories of the last nightmare I had flashed through my eyes. I hadn't slept for the last 8 days, minus the little nap I took earlier. I held up my left hand, arriving at the library, pushing open the door before rubbing my eyes, letting out a yawn for the 28th time today. When I was met by silence, the walls of books were guiding me to the place where I last left. As I reached the shelf where my book in hand belonged, placing it in, it fit perfectly, like a piece of a puzzle. As I soon started to find a new book to read, when one in particular caught my eye. It was on engineering. As I picked it up, I heard the dinner bell ring before looking over to the door, walking over out of my paradise on earth, being met by Ray when my tiredness suddenly caught me off guard, causing me to trip over my own feet, falling into him as he wrapped his arms around me so that I didn't get hurt. As I snaked a hand behind his head, as I felt a slight impact on it before closing my eyes. Soon after, I opened my eyes to see his face dusted lightly with a light pink color, before looking to see I was towering over him, my knees hitting the ground as my body held up by his one leg being bent upwards, as the other one was laying straight on the floor, his back against the wooden wall, before I removed my hand from the back of his head. As I got back up to my feet before helping him up, bowing, when he asked, "Are you okay?" I looked at him as I answered, "Yes, I'm doing fine, just a bit tired, that's all." He looked at me up and down for numerous times before walking to the dining hall, holding my hand in his, as I asked, "Why are you holding my hand, Ray?" I waited for a few minutes when he turned the corner, letting out a sigh. "I just wanted to make sure you didn't fall again, idiot," Ray answered, as I stood there when he opened the door to the dining hall to see everyone eating, as he said, "Sorry, Mom, I was reading." As I walked to Mom's side before apologizing as I explained I was finding a new book, before returning to my seat, placing the book by my side, when I heard Emma said, "Connie's so lucky, she's already getting adopted, right, YN?" I only shrugged as I started to enjoy my meal. And before we knew it, dinner was over, and me and Norman were cleaning up the dishes, when suddenly he said, "Do you remember anything about yourself before the accident?" I just stood there shaking my head, as I was also prone to forget it myself, so I can at least sleep just a little bit when he started. "Well, you were always happy and you loved to read with one of the older kids back then, Alice. At least That didn't change, right? You still love reading so much. After he finished speaking, I only looked at him, then back down as I remember Alice's corpse laying there, making my stomach turn as I felt a little sick from the thought. Before thinking to myself, if I told him? No, I need to make the perfect plan first and leave this place. After we finished doing the dishes, I went to the front door where everyone met up. But before that, I went to the bathroom, puking out a small amount of my dinner before cleaning it up and going to the group with everyone else. I stood there watching them cry, and I looked around to see Ray and me, the only ones that weren't. When she left, I took a broom and started cleaning up as if nothing had happened. The others soon following my example and cleaning up as well. When suddenly, Emma yelled out, "Connie! What should I do?" she said soon after, as I stood up against the wall, tuning out everything as I started thinking and analyzing a few of my plans for errors or possible risk. When I heard Emma ask if I wanted to join them, I thought for a second, if they go, then I will have more help escaping this place than alone, and we might be able to save the others and the future children here as well. No, I can't let them know I know. They will have to keep the secret to themselves. I need them to see the secret with their own eyes first. I looked up at her before shaking my head, saying, "I want to finish cleaning." They nodded and left before I heard the door close as I cleaned the whole room. Before taking a bath, when I heard a sharp sound of someone screaming, as I sunk my head into the water, thinking, hands covering my ears, "I'm sorry, Emma, Norman." I quickly finished up and got dressed, walking down with a towel in hand drying my hair, walking down to get a glass of water. But I was met by Ray holding a lantern as the only source of light. I looked at him, then at the door to see Emma and Norman, as Ray asked, "Welcome back. How was it?" I looked at them as Norman answered coldly, with an almost uneasy look on his face, "We didn't make it." I shook my head and blocked their way. "No, you're lying. It's written all over your face," I said, looking at him, trying to seem concerned, but he burst it out, so I assumed I failed. "We didn't make it. Don't you understand? No, you don't, because you don't have emotions and you don't care if we even leave this place." Before he pushed me a little too hard, causing me to hit the wall, my neck hitting the door frame, causing me to pass out on impact, as Emma didn't give me a second glance and only followed Norman, and left me with Ray alone. Ray kneeled down to see my half-conscious body and picked me up. He checked if there were any marks or were any bruises made on my neck as before he brought me to the infirmary, laying me on the bed as I finally relaxed, falling into a sleep-like state. I was running and running, suddenly stopping in a dark area, looking around to see a layer of blood on the floor, when out of nowhere, the whole place lit up as I saw the bodies of my family laying there. Not a tear nor a frown coming from my face, as I only stood there, looking around before Norman walked up to me. I guess you really never cared about us, did you? I utterly hate people like you, he said before falling to the ground dead, as I had a weird feeling in my heart as it hurt when I heard the voice of my family mocking me and blaming me, when it suddenly turned dark again, before I turned to see a demon holding a flower as it picked me up, stabbing the flower straight through my heart. My eyes grew wide as the flower bloomed from white, soon turning to a dark red, as the darkness soon consumed me, my body letting death take me away. My skin burned slightly to a sort of heat when I opened my eyes to see the soft sunlight hitting my skin, leaving a burning sensation as I woke up in the infirmary. Hey my little creamers, thank you all for watching that video. I am thinking of doing a Thanksgiving special, and the Thanksgiving special will be either a girlfriend roleplay or it'll be improvised. It's your choice. Tell me in the comments. And if any of you've noticed, I have stopped editing the end cards because they take way too long. And I'm sorry for that. And I'm also sorry if I didn't warn you guys about the yelling in the video. I forgot that there was yelling. Besides that, I'm so sorry about those two things. And if you want me to do a Thanksgiving special, please tell me in the comments down below what type would you like? A girlfriend roleplay? Or, well, an anime one that I would have to read a script for. Very last minute. But besides that, yeah, I think that's about it. And, thanks for, well, watching. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. I've had 3 cups of coffee today, so I hope you guys all have a lovely day or night. And bye my little creamers. Talk to you guys next time. Comment down below. I would always answer.